Hey everyone, it's Yuto from sashirecipes.com, and today I'm going to show you my favorite rice bowl recipe, karaagedon. Crispy fried chicken served on fluffy Japanese rice is the ultimate comfort dish for sure. For 2 portions you'll need 150 grams of Japanese short grain white rice, 200 milliliters of cold water, 300 grams of chicken thigh, preferably with skin, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of sake, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 tablespoon of grated garlic, 1 teaspoon of grated ginger, 5 tablespoons of potato starch or cornstarch, and oil for shallow frying. Then for the karaagedon toppings, I like to use about 70 grams of shredded white cabbage, 2 tablespoons of chopped spring onion, 2 tablespoons of Japanese mayonnaise, a few lemon wedges, and then pickled ginger and chili threads for a pop of colour and extra flavour. So first, I always wash the rice about 30 minutes before I start the main dish. I wash it 3 times and then add it to my cooking pot with 200 milliliters of water. This allows the grains to start soaking up water. I recommend a rice cooker for cooking Japanese rice, but if you don't have one, I'll tell you how to cook it later. We leave this to soak for 30 minutes. In the meantime, let's prepare the karaage because this also needs marinating time. I have cut my chicken into small pieces and I'm just placing them into a Ziploc bag. Simply add all the seasonings and then massage the bag to help cover every piece. Each piece should be roughly the same size to ensure even cooking. I'd say a little bigger than bite size is good. Meat shrinks a bit when it's cooked anyway. I like to use chicken thigh because it's juicy and delicious. It's the most common part to use for karaage. I also find leaving the skin on helps it get extra crispy. I find it's important to use sake for karaage. It makes the meat tender and adds umami. Garlic and ginger make it fragrant and delicious. This is definitely my favorite karaage marinade. Okay, this is all covered, so I'm gonna leave it to marinate in the fridge for 30 minutes. My rice has been soaking for 30 minutes, so either start your rice cooker or place your pot on the stove on a medium heat. I'll give you a quick summary of how to cook Japanese rice on the stove, but if you want a more in-depth tutorial, check out my video, the link should appear around now. The first step is to bring it to a boil on a medium heat. Once it's boiling, set a timer for 2 minutes. Lower the heat to medium-low and set a timer for 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, reduce the heat to low and simmer for 5 minutes. Next, blast the heat up to the highest setting for 10 seconds and then turn it off. Finally, leave it to steam in the residual heat for at least 10 minutes. If you follow these steps, you will have perfect Japanese style rice. I recommend frying your chicken during the steaming time. Okay, so now I'm gonna heat my oil to 160 degrees Celsius, which is about 320 degrees Fahrenheit. Use an oil with a high smoke point such as canola or vegetable oil. While it's warming up, we can coat the chicken. I have about 5 tablespoons of potato starch here and I start by sifting it into a tray. This makes the starch extra fine so that it coats the chicken evenly. Next, take your chicken, let the excess liquid drip off and then coat it in the potato starch. If you leave too much marinade on the surface, the potato starch gets soggy. The flavour is already absorbed, so it's not losing flavour when the marinade drips off. Although you can use cornstarch, I recommend potato starch more because it creates a lighter and crispier texture that results in a more authentic Japanese style. Okay, my oil is ready, so I'm gonna place the chicken in and fry for 3 minutes on each side. Even if you're deep frying, it's still 3 minutes on each side. I like to shallow fry to save oil. Cooking at this lower temperature allows the chicken to cook evenly all the way through, and it's not so low that it gets greasy. After 6 minutes in total, I like to turn up the heat to 190 degrees Celsius or 375 degrees Fahrenheit and fry them at a higher temperature for 1 minute on each side. This creates a similar effect to double frying and makes the outside extra crispy. Okay, these are ready, so finally I'm gonna transfer them to a wire rack and let the excess oil drip off. My rice has been steaming and is also ready, so let's dish up. Start with the rice and add a few handfuls of shredded cabbage. Japanese people love cabbage with fried foods. It's a refreshing element to counteract the oiliness of fried foods. Next, we're gonna make a layer of karaage. Just pile it up like this. Then drizzle it with some Japanese mayonnaise, a few wedges of lemon. You can squeeze the juice over the karaage just before eating if you like. Some pickled ginger for an added refreshing kick. And finally, chopped spring onion and chili threads for a final burst of colour and flavour. And there you have it, crispy, flavorful and colourful fried chicken rice ball, karaagedon. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this recipe, don't forget to like, and if you're interested in Japanese cooking, subscribe to my channel so you can be first to see my new recipes. Thanks again, have a great day.